So I'd like to invite you to join me and the other almost 50% of people in our country who have some level of distress about the election this year. And so that and other things made me start thinking about my expectations. And so, of course, there's some history in our country of elections that are like this one. But also then there's just living sometimes and having unrealistic expectations of how things and people are going to be. So I found this one verse quite helpful for my mind in terms of what my expectations are. And this is from the King of Prayers, the Aspirations of Samattabhadra. And it says, limitless is the end of space. Likewise, limitless are sentient beings. Thus, limitless are karma and afflictions. And then the upside, may my aspirations reach be limitless as well. And so for me, this somebody who as a teenager was into utopias and reading Hermann Hesse and have kind of morphed these ideas in my life of what's this highest ideal that we're looking for. I think that for me, bodhicitta is the highest ideal. And so this aspiration of bodhicitta is quite important, and it's much more realistic, I think. And so I want to just talk a little bit about how our minds work around this. So we're talking here about an aspiration, and so an aspiration is a mental factor. It's a part of your mind that you can use for different things, and you can like make it like a strong flashlight or a weak flashlight, right? And since it's the basis of developing enthusiasm for something, it could be virtuous or non-virtuous, so you want to have some wisdom here, but still it is the basis for enthusiasm. So we need to kind of try to enhance that part of our mind. And so when they teach this about aspiration, that's very nice that it helps you take a strong interest in it. But the next mental factor, I think, is kind of its sidekick, and that is one of appreciation. And so appreciation is something that we also want to fortify, because that helps us for something that we've already kind of decided upon, maybe. It helps us really to shore up, we cherish it, basically. We cherish it more when we appreciate something. And so that helps us to recollect it in our mind. So these are mental factors that are not so out of reach for the normal person, I think. And that's why they're I find so tangible and immediate, and so things that we can actually work on now. So when you find yourself maybe a little dismayed or whatever with the state of affairs, then maybe check your factors of maybe what are you hoping for and what are you expecting, and maybe even what are you fearing, because all those three things kind of get in the way. And so this one of our expectations, we have to be more realistic about sentient beings and our capabilities, and then not let that bring us down, but actually be the cause to propel us forward. And we have to have something that we're moving forward to. So the mind of bodhicitta, to have this aspiration that wants to relieve all suffering and be of greatest benefit to beings, becoming fully awakened to do that, I think is one topic to put in your toolkit. I think she's finding these two mental factors encouraging, the ones of aspiration and appreciation. Me too. That's why I went to them. Yeah.
The afflictions are so often involved with exaggeration, and our expectations also are so involved with exaggeration.
Yeah.
And by letting go of that, there's a very good result. Being able to deal with what comes up so much easier.
Right. So he's saying that our afflictions and also our expectations are often exaggerated, and so it's much more realistic to recognize that and then let go of the exaggerated part of things. Yeah, exactly. Anything else? Okay, happy voting.